Hi everyone, welcome to MP1 Sports for this week's edition of #YourView. Thank you to everyone who's got their views across. Today we're going to be talking about who is the best striker in the Premier League at this moment in time. Is Ronald Koeman's time up at Everton after he's had a shocker this weekend? Are Wolves finally going to go up from the Championship? They've spent big. Are Bolton going to go down? Is there any way back for them? We're going to be talking about Clarence Seedorf. He's a big talking point at the moment. Is he the right man for Oldham? They've had 2 wins on the bounce. And finally we're going to be talking about Plymouth Argyle and their run of red cards this season. Right, so we've already tried this today, but the wind got the better of us, so we're still at City Stadium, but we're just in a different part. I'm joined today on this week's show by Jack Towers. He goes to my university. He does a lot of writing for Leeds, and you work for Clitheroe FC.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us, Jack.
Right,
how are you? You alright?
Yes, thanks for having me, mate.
It's alright, thanks for joining. No one else wanted to. And yeah, so we'll just get straight into it. Jack, for you, who is the best Premier League striker at this moment in time? You've got your Kanes, you've got your Morata, Aguero, Lukaku. Who's the best Premier League striker for you?
Yeah, I mean, the main man himself, Harry Kane, is on 16 and 7 now on the away games. Absolutely mental record he's on at the minute. I think on current form you have to go with Kane, you do. But if we're talking generally who's the best striker, for me it's still Sergio.
I love Sergio.
Sergio's still the main man for me. He's been doing it season in, season out in the Premier League for the last 6 years. Not only that, he's obviously doing it at quite an elite level as well. I mean, Harry Kane, you can't stick him in the frying pan too soon. He's had a great 3 seasons until he gets to that elite level where he's on the same level, you know, when we can still put him in the same level as Lewandowski, Suarez. When he's at that elite level, then fair enough. But domestically, he's the main man at the minute on form.
I think the problem with Kane is he hasn't done it on a Champions League level yet.
Exactly,
he scored a hat-trick against Apoel, but Minan could score a hat-trick against Apoel, do you know what I mean? So he has got a lot of proving left to do, but he's looking phenomenal so far this season.
He's an absolute goal machine at the minute. I mean, you obviously got Lukaku as well. I mean, he's had a good couple of seasons. I mean, for me, when Sergio comes back and he's back in his form and he gets back from injury, he stays injury-free for the rest of the season, I still think he's going to be up there with
he's world-class, isn't he? But the reason with Kane is as well, he scored 13 goals in September. Yeah. 13 goals. He's just matched Messi and Ronaldo's record. He's the man for Spurs. But on the other side of it, you've got Lukaku. He scored 11 and 10 since he's joined United. He had a great season last season. He's got to be up there as well.
He has, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, actually, I wouldn't rule out Jesus, you know.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
I genuinely wouldn't rule out Jesus and having a bit of a stonking season as well. I can still see him getting quite a good number of goals this year.
Well, he's got to come into it now, Aguero as well.
With Aguero out of the picture and the free-flowing football that City are playing at the minute, you know, he's going to be the one that's scoring.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one getting those tap-ins for City.
And he's still only 20 years of age. He's the same age as you. And you're an MP1 Sports, who's the real winner?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people have been mentioning the Morata. For me, Morata, he just doesn't score enough goals. He hasn't proven himself yet, but he started Chelsea off really well.
I'll tell you what, Morata, he surprised me, Morata. I've been watching him, and his style of play, I really admire it. I think it's really good. He's very physical, cracking finisher when he actually gets the chance, but it's real physical style of play, and he's quick as well. But yeah, I can see him having a good season. I don't think he's quite going to be in the bracket of Lukaku and Kane, but he's going to be up there.
Would you have him at Leeds?
Maybe. Wouldn't have him over Lasogga.
Right, so that moves on to the next question. Obviously, Everton's main striker last season was Romelu Lukaku. Coleman's under pressure, mate. He's just had a stonker of a weekend. He's lost to Burnley 1-0 at home. Pressure's got to be on.
It has. I think when you spend that amount of money in the Premier League, you know, when they've got second or third highest spenders in the Premier League, you know, when you spend that amount of money at the season you've started, you know, you're going to be under pressure. You can't spend that amount of money and not get the results. I mean, it's harsh to consider him getting sacked at the moment because he's got to have time. He's got to have time. It's a very new look Everton side. We're seeing this season. But I think the main point is they spent all this money. They still haven't replaced Lukaku. You can't say what they have.
Yeah, I mean, they've got rid of, we'll say, a 90 million rated striker. They brought in Sandro Ramirez, who's he should be a decent young player, but he's not at any level of Lukaku was. No, and then you've got Rooney. He's towards the end of his career. He's with other women driving drunk. So look, I think that's the area that Coleman really needs to improve on. But would you say with the signings that he's made in the summer, you would have had any of the set for his front choices, Keane, Pickford, you would have had them in the summer.
I'll tell you what, I think Rooney will get a decent amount of goals this season, but I mean, he's not an in-and-out striker these days. I mean, he's just not. You know, Sigurdsson's a very good player, but I think they're not getting. I don't think he knows what his front four is yet.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what his best front four is yet. We've seen Rooney up front, we've seen him in the 10, we've seen him in the right winger a couple of times as well. I still don't think he knows what his best front four is. He's still trying to figure out his team. And he was, as I say, he was unfortunate to be on the back end of a typical Burnley performance at the weekend.
They did well.
They did very well.
They're sixth at the moment.
It's mad, I know.
Sean Dyche for England. See, he'll be eyeing up the Everton job, Sean Dyche.
Yeah, he will.
But obviously the Everton owner has come out and said he's backing Koeman, and he should do. He's invested a lot. Wasps again. He's invested a lot of time and money in Koeman. So to see an owner say, you know what, we're going to give him the time, is that refreshing?
Yeah,
to see?
it's very refreshing to see because especially as a Leeds fan.
I was going to say that, especially as a Leeds fan.
I know all about managers leaving, coming and going. It's probably the most. It's quite funny that we've gone a whole season with a manager and now a new manager. It's the most stable we've ever been.
Yeah.
With 2 managers in 2 seasons is the most stable we've ever been. It's quite incredible to say that.
Don't try and turn this into a Leeds show. No, but obviously Everton.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll come good in the end?
I think they'll come good. I think we've seen enough already to suggest they're not going to be a top 4 side this season.
Yeah.
It might be too early to say, but I've not seen enough from them so far to say that they're going to be challenging for the top 4. I think I can see them to a paper.
Yeah, that's a fair. Would you say that's a fair season for them?
Yeah, I think whether the owners are going to suggest it is, I don't know. I think when he's allowing them to spend that amount of money, we think that they want a challenge for the top 4.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But with the start they've had, I don't know if they're going to.
Right, so after that point, we'll move on to our next topic of discussion, which is Wolves. Obviously, your title rivals at Leeds. They're on fire.
They're on fire, yeah. It's obviously, as you say, they're going to be our promotion rivals this season, and that is if we keep up our form and stay up there. But no, it's a weird one with Wolves. They've spent a hell of a lot of money this season. You know, we've seen it time in, time out in the Championship. You get teams coming down or coming up. They spend a lot of money and don't do well.
Yeah.
You had Newcastle last season spent a lot of money for a Championship season, a lot of money. And obviously they came very good, and there was at the point last season that I didn't think they would get promoted. But on the flip side of that, you've got Aston Villa, spent just as much money and did absolutely dreadfully last season.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And you know, Wolves, I had no idea how good Wolves would be this season, because people forget they did actually spend quite a lot of money last season, Wolves, and they didn't come good. They spent probably double that this season.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Portuguese players in. I don't think they're players that have got pedigree, but not the players that we know too much about yet. Obviously Ruben Neves, we know all about Ruben Neves, what a great pedigree he has.
Yeah, and was it surprising for you that he went to Wolves?
I think, yeah, a lot of people were, but not for me, because I mean they had the ex-Porto manager coming to Wolves, his ex-manager himself, George Mendes, who's a big investor in Wolves. You know, it's not hard to pinpoint it together why he's there. He's obviously, I'm sure he's been promised Premier League football next season, which will be interesting to see what happens if they don't go up.
Yeah.
I will be very interested to see what happens with Ruben Neves if they don't go up actually. He will stay there.
It's only a bit windy, don't worry.
But no, yeah, I think that I'm very surprised by their start to the season. They gelled incredibly well. They look very good against Burton at the weekend, but then again, a lot of teams, no disrespect to Burton, a lot of teams can look good against Burton.
A lot of teams look good against Burton.
Well, we put 5 against Burton a couple of weeks ago. So
stop trying to say, we're not talking about Leeds today.
They're more
trying to bring them up.
More interesting than Wolves.
Jack Towers, if any Wolves fans want to come down. But yeah, Wolves look good this season, and it won't be a shock to see them in the playoff position.
No, it's too early to tell if they're a top 2 side, but they do look very good. I'll be shocked if they're not there by the end of the season.
I suppose the way you're talking about that is too early, is the way that we all thought Leeds were going to be in the playoffs last season, and then they imploded.
This is what happens. I mean, this time last season we were in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
Then we ended up going a bit of run, and we were in the playoffs for a very long time in a minute. But yeah, it's the same with Wolves. They've had a good start to the season, but it's a grueling season.
Sorry, mate, I had to bring that up.
No, it's a grueling season in the Championship, so with the time will tell.
Moving on to the other side of the table, Bolton have had a shocking start since coming up from League One. Parkinson's time could be up soon. He's got 2 points from his opening. I think it's 11 games. What's your thoughts on Bolton?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen quite a bit of Bolton as a Championship fan. I went to the Bolton away first game of the season for Leeds, and they didn't even look too badly, I must admit. They look like a typical side that's come up here, fighting to play well, really.
I think it was 3-2 that game.
3-2 beat them, yeah. We played very well, they played very well as well, but I mean, the trouble is when they've been under a transfer embargo, they can't improve their squad. And it's very harsh to be saying Parkinson should be losing his job because he's not been able to improve the squad.
Do you feel like any of the blame should be put on Parkinson at this moment in
No,
time?
not at all. I mean, you know, you get other teams that have maybe got worse squads than Bolton perhaps, who haven't not spent money, but at the end of the day it can't be an easy job for Parkinson to do. He must be very frustrated coming up to the Championship and not being able to improve the squad. You know, he's done a fantastic job last season, you know, coming second in League One. Great season for them. It must be so frustrating to have that hard work not paying off and you can't go and improve the squad.
But January's going to be massive for them. Obviously the transfer embargo's been lifted. They need to bring some serious players in January.
Yeah, Parkinson's going to have to be very smart in January. He's going to have to spend well, spend very smartly. He's just going to have to get some hoops. And you know, you see what Neil Warnock does with all of his sides and what he's done with Cardiff this season.
Except for Leeds.
Except for Leeds. You know, what he's done at Cardiff, and he brings in like several free agents. Yeah. Similar what Parkinson needs to do.
They've just signed Carl Henry, haven't they?
He's a very experienced player. Yeah, he needs to just bring players in that are going to play for him and experience at this level.
Right, so obviously Bolton not doing too well at the moment. A club that's close to Bolton has been the talking point of the biggest rumour of the weekend. Yeah. Clarence Seedorf to Oldham Athletic. Just run that through your mind. What's your thoughts on it?
I can't. I couldn't quite believe that when I saw that come up on my social media feed. It's unbelievable. He's Dutch footballing legend. He really is.
Oh mate, FIFA 06, 05, he was the one.
I mean, I remember watching Seedorf back in the day. Incredible players to watch. He scored unbelievable goals. But I think, you know, their caretaker manager's done alright for them so far.
Yeah, Richie Wellings he's won his 2 games in charge, which didn't have a win before that. So he must be thinking he should be in for a shout, really.
The trouble is with caretaker managers, it can often be cursed the caretaker manager. They often have caretaker managers to do well, but then when it comes to the point, they don't always do so well. When a club appoints a caretaker manager, it's often someone who's well respected at the club and the players respect, but they don't often have the pedigree as a manager. But the players will respect them and they'll often do very well for them when they come.
Sort of like Chris Ramsey at QPR.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you've got Shakespeare at Leicester as well. Who did the same thing. And they don't always go on to do so well when they get appointed manager. I think Seedorf's a weird one because obviously he became AC Milan manager, didn't he? Didn't do too well.
Yeah, and then he had a stint in China as well, which again didn't end too well.
You just don't know. He's not experienced third tier of English football. What does he know about third tier of English football? For me,
well, he knows how to bankroll a club.
He does. I mean, in terms of experience and knowledge, we don't know what he's done since he's retired as a player. We don't know what kind of experience he's gone out to gain in terms of coaching. And when obviously as a player, he's got unbelievable experience in terms of what he experienced as a player. But I think, you know, he's going to have to give him some money to spend. I can't see him wanting to go there and not being able to spend.
Oh yeah, there's rumours for potential investment. So we put the question out to Oldham fans, and we had some responses. So we had John Parker writing to us, and he said, "We need him. He'll end up doing a fantastic job. Top level experience. Seedorf could make us top quality. We have a very talented squad this year, and we need a top drawer manager." But then on the flip side, Ben Smith's Casey got in, who's obviously a friend of ours at uni, and he said, "We don't need Seedorf. The whole situation is false. Apparently he was visiting our prospective new owner as he is friends with him. Also, previous 2 fan performances under Richie Wellings have been fantastic." Which side are you more on between those 2?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because I mean, the reason a lot of people are saying about putting Seedorf in the firepower is because obviously, you know, you get companies like Sky, but all the betting companies, they see the link and they suddenly slash their odds, you know, and go, "All right, he's the favourite for the manager's job," and that's where people jump on the bandwagon with it. He may well not even be in the picture, but if he was to get the job, I think, you know, his experience would be amazing for him. It really would. Even just for the players to experience his knowledge of the game, I think that'd be unbelievable for him. It really would. It'd be quite surreal for him.
Do you think it could have the air of it being a PR stunt in the way that, we'll get Seedorf in, even if he's not that good of a manager, hopefully we'll scathe relegation and the attendances will improve greatly, and we'll have a lot of media engagement around it.
It would. I mean, PR stunt or not, it may well be. I don't know, but I mean, if they were, even if he was just going to be some kind of involvement with the club and the manager, the fans are going to come down for that. They really will.
I will.
Yeah. I mean, you never know, it might be some kind of director of football thing they're offering, and you don't know what it is. Just don't know. But time will tell.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good one, because obviously seeing Seedorf in League One, that'd be mad.
I know.
Absolutely mad. So we'll move on to our final topic, which is Plymouth. Plymouth Argyle got promoted to League One. They haven't had the best of starts. They've had 5 red cards already this season.
Yeah.
Is there a lack of discipline in that Plymouth squad?
For me, I mean, Plymouth had a great year last year in League Two. I think they're very similar to Portsmouth in the sense they spent a lot of time in League Two trying to get out of there, and they finally got out of there. And when League Two teams go up into League One, historically they do quite well.
Yeah.
They don't tend to do badly, and I think they've come up, maybe perhaps thinking they're too much they're going to do. I think there's a lot of this is frustration. I think it's all frustration with the fact that they've not had a great start, and they just don't know what I mean, I don't know too much about their transfer policies, and I don't know how much they've improved their squad, but I think a lot of it's frustration. It's all down to frustration. They're not getting the results they need. It really has been a poor start for them.
They're rooted to the bottom of the table. Five red cards, right? So on the weekend they lost 2-1 to Bristol Rovers. I thought I'll have a look at the Plymouth squad. Hopefully there's not another red card. There was a red card. Gary Miller got sent off.
Yeah, the right back. Yeah.
But what's the thought process behind all this?
I have no idea. I mean, I've seen a lot of fan responses to that on Twitter, and Bristol Rovers fans have been saying they're the worst team that they've faced in a long time.
Oh, really?
So they've stated that Plymouth side that they watched was one of the worst they've ever seen. I don't know. I really don't. It's going to be an absolute blow if they're down there this season, Plymouth, because they've waited so long to come out of League Two.
Yeah.
And to be in League One now and to put the performance that they're doing, it's a surprise. Really.
Obviously a former championship side as well, so they want to get back to the big time. They're a big city. So if you were a Plymouth fan, would you be worried at this moment in time?
I'd be very worried. I mean, I think I don't know what they need to do. I really don't. I don't know too much about their transfer policy, but something needs to. I mean, discipline really needs sorting out because you just can't do it at that level.
Do you think a change in management could be on the cards, or do you think a big January instead? You're going to have to back him.
The manager again, as I say, it's modern day football. The manager isn't going to last very long if it carries on.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. You know, those fans, they're passionate lot. You know, they're a passionate bunch of fans that work down there. If the results aren't going to come, they really are going to start calling for a change.
Yeah. Well, that just about sums everything up that we've had to speak about today. Jack, thank you very much for coming on. Hashtag Your View.
Not a problem.
Thank you very much for watching as well, to all of you at home who've watched this week's episode of Hashtag Your View. Just a couple of things. If you want to check out our website, Jack writes for them as well. It's mp1sports.com. Some good content on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And check us out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and hopefully you'll like and share the video. And yeah, we'll see you next week.